Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls in the Landini. We are down at the field where I need to plow in the runoff so we can expand on this field and then get a worker to plow the remainder of the field, then eventually spread lime into it. Been busy in between episodes. The grass field has been all mowed. I actually got a full load of grass in the TARDIS already. So, you know we got 200,000 liters of grass now. I've been around spreading lime in the small cornfield and our, I believe that's a wheat field, right? I do believe it's wheat field. That's been spread with some lime as well. So now it's time to get to work down here and get rid of these runoffs. Don't really need them, I don't think. Let me turn on to where it will allow to create field. And all I want to do, hopefully I got it on. Nope, apparently I had it on and then turned it back off. Alright, let's try that again. There we go, that's better. Try to square off the field a bit. Close enough. Leave the plow down because this will work in forward and reverse. And then we'll set course play off to finish plowing off the rest of the field. I'll have to soil sample it and then put some lime down. It's not going to take us long to do this job. And then we can move over to the grass field. I have to go over to the BGA to dump off the first load that we got. So I took a guess of 400,000 liters. I haven't seen any guesses coming in on last episode yet. Although last episode for me has only been out for maybe 5 hours or so. But no one's made a guess yet. So, I don't know if anyone's going to be spot on yet or not. But I think we're going to go over the 400,000 I was guessing, which is great. I'd rather go over my guess than under. The more, the merrier. And there we go. This field now, no more runoffs. And the workers should be much easier to get these kind of a job done. Let me turn off to allow to create field. And just to be sure, I'm going to come over here for a second and put this down. And it should not go outside the field boundary, which it is not. I'm going to give the game a second to update the field area so course play can understand that's part of a field now. Sometimes I do have to restart the save for course play to realize that there's a field there. But while we're waiting for that, what I am going to do is we're going to grab the Voltra, which is over here by field number 25. We did a fertilizing contract over here before. That's got the soil sampler on it. Let's bring it on over and we'll grab some soil samples in that field because we got new land. Yeah, it's kind of weird that soil samples will not do the area that it's actually in. But oh well. We'll get that taken care of. I also need to get the straw bales picked off the previous oat field that we had so I can spread lime in that one as well. Feels like I've been spreading lime for a little while, probably longer than I thought I would, and I still got 1, 2, 3, 4 more fields to put lime in. Did not realize I owned that many fields until I started actually counting them up. Well, let's go ahead and unfold the soil sampler. I will drop off the fertilizer spreader. And the reason why I got to do that is because it uses some of the key binds that the soil sampler uses. So I don't want it to get confused. Am I stuck on... Yes, I'm stuck on the pallet forks. Alright, now we are down. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get the mini map out so I can kind of see where we are and what we have scanned. I think last time we did it in like 5 samples. I may have gotten the entire corner, not too sure. It's kind of hard to tell because they got the other field over there as well. No, I did not get the whole corner of the field. Alright, we'll get some of the other field as well. It'll help us out a little bit. But mainly I just want to do this field here. Although it hasn't been that long since we've done this field. But now we got to add in the parts we just plowed. That way, it knows how much lime to put down, how much fertilizer to put down in that area. Little by little, we are getting things done this month. A lot to do. But then we'll have some off months going from December all the way to March. So other than taking care of the animals, not much to do. And I'm hoping when March rolls around, might be a long shot, but I'm hoping that we can afford the cow farm. Send those samples in. Yes, please. All right, let me fold that back up. There we go, and then I can put the forks back down. I'll bring this over here. Just waiting for those samples to be analyzed. Well, actually, I don't need them to be analyzed for plowing. That ain't gonna matter. It's only $900 to analyze it. Okay, let's park this right here for now. Yeah, pH value is bad everywhere. A lot of our fields of pH value is bad. I went too long in between getting the lime down, but we're taking care of that this month. All right, let's get ourselves a worker, shall we? Create job. There we go. And I need you to go, I guess, this general direction. 3 headlands would be good. No overlap. Generate coursework. There, it does not recognize those areas from before. Perfect. And you can get to work. Francesca can get to work. All right, we'll leave her to be. We're going to jump all the way up here. We're going to grab the Fent in the TARDIS. And yes, 200,000 liters is what this holds. And I almost got that part up there, the upper part, almost completely picked up. I got the entire lower part to still pick up, so I think we're going to be over 400K on the grass. It doesn't look like a whole lot in the forage wagon itself, but I think when I start unloading this into the BGA, we're going to see a big difference. So going from the previous forage wagon, which held 23,000 liters to 200,000 liters, and this is like 9 trips worth for the other forage wagon. Plus, I believe this working speed is maybe 4 miles an hour quicker, maybe 5 miles an hour quicker than what we had before. So making work just a little bit, well, I shouldn't say a little bit easier, a lot easier. By reducing the amount of trips, that's going to save me a lot of time. And that is the main part of it. And by the way, I think I did see a comment about when before I bought this, I thought about changing the color. I think someone did mention, well, if it doesn't say TARDIS on it, changing the color wouldn't be too bad. But it does actually say TARDIS on the side right there. So that's why we're keeping it the same color as the TARDIS in the TV show. I suppose. Never seen it, so. Just going by, well, you guys tell me about it. And most wanted us to keep the same color as it came, so here we are. Currently, no contracts are up that I would like to be doing, although all of our tractors are pretty much being used anyways. Harvesting contracts, there are a couple out there that look appealing, but they're all, you know, a couple of sugarcane, and yeah, it just, those type of harvest contracts take a while, unless you're using a mod of some sort. So I don't have too much interest in doing them. If you remember, way back I did a sugarcane harvest. I thought this would be fun. I haven't done this in a while. We did some in the episode, and then I did a whole bunch off cam, and it's like, oh, that's why I don't do these sugarcane harvesting contracts, because they take forever with a standard harvester. All right, let's see what 200,000 liters of grass looks like coming out of here. It's going to be a lot. And Control I. Oh wow, it comes pouring out the back. And it stacks it nice and high too, so oh, it's going to take me a while to compact that. I'll probably, and I probably should have tried to spread out a little bit more than that, but I was not expecting it to unload that quickly, honestly. So that kind of surprised me, but I will try to put that maybe on a course play worker to compact. Don't know how it's going to work because that is a steep, steep pile. All right, let's get back to the grass field and we'll start picking up more of it. I don't think I'm going to get the rest of it in one more load because that'd be my 400,000 liters that I was guessing on. Yep, we do got tomatoes and lettuce. That is for the pigs, and that would be considered root crop for their feed trough, and that's 15% of their feed or the nutrients. But as we have seen, the corn and the cereal grain is more than enough to get them up to 100% health-wise. So I really don't need a root crop. Maybe just 2 food groups is good enough for the pigs. And that's why I'm saying next year, because I already planted the canola. Wait, is that canola in that field? I think I may have said wheat earlier. I spread lime in the wheat field. That's actually canola in that field. I need to plant my wheat field down by the fuel station where we plowed and put lime in it last episode. That's going to be our wheat field. So I got to plant that at some point today as well. A lot of work to do. And this is where I said before, maybe another decent size tractor, maybe a Fendt 900. Get ourselves a little brother tractor for this, because that could be out there planting the wheat while we're picking up the grass. Yep, the cow farm, we are aiming to buy that. The cow farm does not come with this cornfield here. That's a separate field. It's only the field that is between the cow farm and our grass field, which I need to get back in that field eventually at some point this month as well. We cut the grass, and now we need to ted it and windrow it and bale it to make a whole bunch of hay bales. So, yeah, I got all that grass still to pick up. But we're going to start where I left off. I was trying to get that little strip there, but it helps if you have the pickup put down. Alright, and then turn around. And here we are. Yeah, so the working speed of this forage wagon is 14, and the working speed of the one we had before, I do want to see that because I was not expecting this to be going as fast. Was that 10? So, I mean, that's a 40% increase in working speed and about 9 times as much capacity. So, helping out quite a bit, that's for darn sure. So once I fill this up, that would have been my guess for the amount of grass off this field. And all I've picked up so far is 2 headlands worth, and then this upper part of the field. At least almost all of it. So I got 3 more passes here, and then all the stuff on the lower part of the field. So we may get close to 500,000. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we end up with. Well, that is 400,000 liters in the books. Probably got like another 10, 20,000 here, so my original guess of 400,000 was not bad, but then guessing today, maybe getting up to possibly 500,000, that was reaching a little bit too far, it seems. But you know what? I'm still not going to complain. 420,000 liters-ish is going to be great. It's going to take me a while to compact it, though. I would like to leave the Fendt over there to compact it, but I need it. I need it for more work that we need to be doing. Francesca is apparently done working down in the field. May have caught it in the time lapse where I had to go down. She got stumped by a tree. Get it? Stumped by... Yeah, she couldn't figure out how to get around the tree. So I had to go help her out there. But other than that, I suppose she did a wonderful job down there. I also like how much silage additive this Forge wagon holds. Plus, I don't think the wagon has any weight to it when it's full either. Kind of thought that when I was transporting the silage over last episode over to the BGA to be processed. And yeah, it definitely seems like the weight does not matter here. I'll bring the rest of this over later on. But what I'm going to grab now is actually the bale trailer. Because I need to go down and get those bales out that field so I can clear it on out and get the lime spread in that field. So let me drop that off. We'll grab this. And kind of hoping that today the auto baler will work for me. I mean, it'll still pick up the bales. It may pick them up one at a time. Some days it will pick them up on the fly, and other days I got to come to a complete stop to pick them up. Pretty sure I'm using it wrong. Let me get it onto that. It should be on bales, right? Container type bales, yes. So it is on bales. I may unload it to reload it, to reset it, to see if it'll pick up the bales or not. So there is the cornfield I limed in between episodes. So that's all set to go. And yeah, the field right over there, our canola field that's been limed also. And let me try left shift control R. Let's see if it auto stack them. Will it? And I don't think it's going to work, because the second it straps them, that means it's not going to work. Alright, let me try unloading. Oh, now that I reset it, is it going to work? Ah, there we go. Good, now I don't have to come to complete stop. This will make the job quicker. We're going to sell these bales right off the field. Should get a decent price for them. It is October. December is roughly the best time to sell them. I need to clear this field so I can spread lime into it. Am I going to get all the bales off the field is the question. In one load. I'm hoping that we can. That way I'll have to come back down here with the trailer. I can drop the trailer back off at the farm and then bring down the drill so we can possibly start drilling the wheat field. I think I got room for, oh, only 3 more. Oh, that's going to be unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think it's going to hold any more. Nope, they strapped in. Well, what I can do, we've done this before in the past. Oh. Alright, let me turn off. I think that turned it off. I'm not too sure. Alright, put that one up there. They may strap in. I'm not too sure if it will. I think they did. And I think I got them all. Perfect. Let's go deliver these. Get paid. I have no idea how much we're going to get paid for these. 25,000? Can I get 25,000 for these straw bales? Just trying to take it a little bit easy around some corners. Don't want to be tipping over. And we can see the lime into our canola field. It's got weeds into it, but we'll take care of the weeds in the springtime. Once we get all of our fields planted, and then the weeds grow in all the fields, then we'll take care of them all together. I'm not really checking the price to see where the best place to sell straw is at. We're just going to bring them to where we always do. Probably getting like 29, 30 bucks per grand. I think I'm going too fast because I got one in the front that didn't sell. Can't really see what I got because the course play sign is up there. I think that says 13.7, so maybe like 15 grand for them. Of course, you can see what the total was before I pulled in and what we got now, but 15 grand looks about right. Is what we got, because I think we were somewhere around 45,000. Just trying to cause an accident there is what I'm trying to do. Alright, now we can go back to the farm and drop this off. We can grab the drill and bring that down with us. Of course, I'll need straw for the cows. And of course, the pigs need straw always. Right now, we'll go ahead and park this here, but you can see all the straw bales that we do have. Alright, the drill, I'm thinking it's going to be almost full of material. Fertilizer, I do believe. Yeah, might as well just go ahead and top it off. Alright, and we'll spin around. Head on down. First we'll take care of the Landini. Probably have to go around, plow a few spots, and then we'll spread some lime down. Get another field done and all set, ready for next year. Should switch this over to wheat before I forget. I do believe it's 330 grand we need for the cow farm. And hopefully all that grass we brought over and the rest of the grass we're going to bring over and compact that and start putting that into the BGA starting about this time next month. All that energy and methane will get us up to maybe 200,000, maybe even more. I think I'll be getting to the hay next time. I thought I was going to get to it today, but as I mentioned in the past episode or two, that October is a busy month for us. We got a lot to do. But we are slowly check-marking things off the list. Let's go on down here. Just a few touch-up areas, nothing too major. I mean, technically I don't, you know, we can go ahead and replant right in this field, but you can't leave all those little pieces here and there. We got to get it all. Nope, I tried to drop the implement, but didn't drop in time. But overall, I think it was actually Francesca that was down here. Overall, she did a good job. Saved me about 15 minutes worth of plowing. And yeah, it looks a little bit better without the runoffs in the field. If it really served a purpose, then I would have no problem leaving them there. I mean, I know it does in real life, but in Farming Simulator, yeah, don't really need it too much. I don't think I've seen it rain enough here in American Falls to where any fields have flooded. So the runoffs on these fields that we own, it's not going to matter. We have seen the water levels rise around the rivers of the main farm, not the one that we purchased. The original one I thought I would. The water almost got into the field, but not into the field itself. Alright, so have I plowed all the fields? I think that's all the fields I needed to plow. So at least we are done with plowing for the season. Now the question becomes, do I have enough lime to get at least this field done? I mean, I'm going to have to refill it anyways. I got more fields to do. And there we go. We are putting some lime back into the ground. You can see in the upper left-hand corner the current state that we are in and where we need to be. So right now we are a value of 0.5 too low on the lime side. This is something I don't see done too much around where I am on the farms. Them putting down lime. I think they just put the corn in and say whatever we get, we get. I think that's what the farmers around here do, for the most part. And it could be because of the soil type that we have up here, I'm not too sure. Try to get all of our fields in the best condition that they possibly can be. Yeah, by getting rid of those runoffs, this field already looks so much better. So any fields that we do buy, although the cow farm, that land doesn't have any runoffs on it that I can picture. And after that, I really don't know what more farmland I would buy. I may be at my limit for the fields that I want, because we are doing rather well for ourselves at this stage. It may get to a point to where it may not even need the BGA. I mean, it's going to be a couple years before that even happens. Because I think with the cow farm and getting that field and merging it with the other grass field and making that all one field, I won't need two grass fields. I can convert the other field over to something else. Maybe just keep planting cereal crop in that field as well, so we can make flour. And then the grass field will just be to make hay and occasionally bring that over to the BGA, because the hay we're going to need for the sheep, goats, and of course the cows. And when we have more than enough, after the BGA it goes. So eventually I'll probably will buy the tedder and the windrower. I don't think I want to get the haymaker like we got on Hills of Tuscany. Although that is a great production building, and it wasn't that expensive either. Actually, that production building is probably cheaper than getting ourselves a Tedder windrower and then doing all the work to bale it and then pick it up and put it away for the year. We could just pick up the grass as is after we cut it, put it into the haymaker, and then that'll make the hay for us, and then when I want hay, just take it out. The only thing is, don't take out more than what you need, because you can't put it back in. But I think with the Omatana shed that we have, not shed, but the silo that we have, I bet you I can put hay in there if I wanted to. But I think it's just a little bit easier to go over to the sheep farm with hay bales piled over there and grab a hay bale when needed and put that into the feed trough. But now that the feed trough holds so much more feed, I'm not going to be over there as much as I was before. So once I get this field done with lime, I got the field that we just took the bales off of. And then I got both grass fields that need to be thrown some lime onto. And then I can return the Bredal spreader. Definitely want to get this done this month. I don't want to pay an overnight fee on the spreader if I can help it. I'll probably go over the hourly fee, but not much I can do about that. So over the winter time, I'll have a little bit of time to figure out what to plant in the rest of the fields throughout the winter. I don't think we need as much corn as we have been planting. We got a good amount of corn in storage. So probably, you know, more oats and sorghum next spring. Maybe even a barley field. Just to make sure we got enough feed for the pigs to keep them at 100%. Canola, we'll definitely use it on the pigs. Which with a full pen, we realize they are going to consume about 300,000 liters of food a year. So, more cereal grain, more brought down to be made into flour. More money made that way. It's kind of hard to calculate exactly because I'm not going to do all the figuring out myself. You know, if we're, you know, how much money we're actually making off the pigs. Yes, we can see when we sell the pigs how much we're getting for them. But if we look at all the work that's going into, you know, like feeding them and how much feed are we using, what's the cost of the feed, all that. But they are making manure and slurry to be brought over to the BGA, which does now remind me, I do have to get the slurry removed out of the pig pen, because that is just about full. But I mean, overall, I think the pigs are making us money. Then you just have to determine yourself, is it enough for you to want to do on your own farm? But for me, it's fun to change things up every time I start on a new map. I don't want to do the same thing like always, you know, just like, okay, we're going to start the same way like we always do. We're going to borrow a little bit of cash, or a lot of cash, depending on what map I'm on. Get ourselves some sheep. I mean, we did that here, but I mean, Oceanside Forest was a fun one in some sense. Because we just had chickens and ducks. And we did a whole bunch of logging. Hills of Tuscany, we're doing crops that I have not done a whole bunch of. And I'm glad I'm playing on the maps I'm currently on, because I'm not getting bored of them. I mean, American Falls is a beautiful map on its own right for different reasons. Just as Hills of Tuscany, I like the way Hills of Tuscany is as well. Matter of fact, in yesterday's episode, I went down to the restaurant, which I had not been to before, and I thought that was a nice little way that Johnny X Pro did that over. And here on American Falls, Lancey Boy has done a well job of decorating up the place, so it doesn't look... It's not like a whole bunch of houses. It's in one clustered area. It seems to be spread out. Basically, it's the way I like to see a map, in some sense. But we all have our preferences. I know there are some people out there that like us to play on a complete flat map with nothing on it. And I have sort of done that, like on No Man's Land. I mean, I love that map. I've done a couple Let's Plays on that. But they don't want to see buildings everywhere. They want to build the map. All depends on what you're looking for. Alright, we are done with lime spreading in this field, but I'm going to go down to the store. And we're going to top this off. And get it all set so I can do some more lime spreading. I'll try to get maybe the grass field. I'm just pick up the grass on, get that done. And I'll get the field done that we just picked up the bales in. Probably shouldn't open that up as I'm driving. And this is going to cost me just under $3 grand, maybe, possibly $3 grand even. 2805. Let me just double check on, because it's been a while since I have checked, but any good contracts coming up? Yeah, the harvesting contracts, not really looking at, and no, I'm looking for like fertilizing contracts or something like that. So, nothing there, but I am done with the soil sampler and, well, I'm not really done with the spreader for fertilizer. I do need to put fertilizer on the grass field that we just did, so maybe we'll go up there and get that done. But yeah, gotta start figuring out what I want to plant in these fields next year. I think maybe just 2 cornfields. Just to make sure we keep up on that. I'd rather have too much than not enough. And then the other fields we can throw cereal crop in. I think one field will probably do sorghum, because that yields very well. Just won't get no straw off of it. But I think we get a good ratio when we go to make flour out of it. And barley. So we'll have wheat, sorghum, and barley. Alright, drop off the soil sampler. Make sure that's on the widest working width, which it is. And now I'll get the fertilizer back down into our grass field. So this will be all set to cut in April. And then we'll decide in April, after we cut it, what we want to do with this field. If we're going to keep it grass, that's fine. But if we do buy the cow farm in the springtime, and we merge all that in the grass field over there, we can change what we have here. But of course, definitely not after until we get the harvest done and get our 420,000 liters-ish of grass off the field. Yeah, I should be able to get this field done without having to top off with fertilizer. But if I got to refill, oh well. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to use it somewhere at some point. I would like to spread lime with this spreader because of the 42 meter wide working width. But the capacity kind of is not that great. I mean, it's still 10,000 liters for that little spreader. But it won't take me long to get this done. I'll have to bring the grass over to the BGA. I'm probably going to compact that in between episodes because that's going to take me a while. 420,000 liters of compact, and it's not in a spread out area. So a lot of driving back and forth. I thought about putting Courseplay on it, as I mentioned before. But Courseplay is going to take the whole silo and go back and forth. So that means it's going to be compacting where there isn't anything to compact. So, and it's kind of a short silo. So I think the Courseplay may have an issue. I may give it a go with Courseplay just to see how it handles. And for future reference, I'll see if it, you know, does it rather well. I have used it before on Goldcrest Valley, I think. I have. Missing little spots here and there, but I'm not going to come back and get these little strips. Just trying to get this whole area covered there. But yeah, going to be done here in a matter of seconds. But anyways, that is where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.